straight to asking instead. Hmm. Hi, good evening. Expecting somebody else to comment first, but you are the first person here. See you clicked on the no. We, before we address that, let's catch up. Knowledge, how have you been? This is when my phone starts over here. Also, remember that, so you are saying that using it is a form of deception. Sex toys is a form of deception. It's not making me feel sleepy, but I didn't. Okay, then bye. Do you have something to do? What's the time over there? 7 or 7:30. By it should always be mind over matter knowledge. Self understand you knowledge. Say it should always be mind over matter. What do you mean by that? Being controlled by the mind or controls the body. Okay. Haven't think about it at all. Become am I supposed to say hi? I mean, anyway, hi. Mm, you're saying that since the mind controls the body, actually um, stop ourselves from using these toys because you feel that it's, it is not morally right. Is that what you're saying? Am I understanding you correctly? And yes, Chupika man, this is the question. And I'm very much interested in what you have to say, Chupika man. I'm very much interested in what you have to say. And this was because of I had a reason why I didn't mention this question to you earlier. I didn't want to hear your reasons. platform. I wanted to hear it here. It's around. Believes that it is unnatural, something out of the norm, out of the ordinary. It is not normal to do. So for knowledge, it is not morally right. Me, it's very possible that you know me confused bike, that you can see me, and it still doesn't matter if you know me though. How are you doing, confused bike? And you're welcome to my live stream. Welcome to the chat where we talk about stuff like this one. Guys are also welcome to join as well. You guys should just click on the polls. Guys also answer. Explain why your answer is yes or why your answer is no. That's what subscribe. You don't need to explain. African man, for you, it is not just morally okay, it is perfectly okay. This is all. It's hard to not laugh considering our series of conversations. It's hard to not laugh. And I'm laughing because your answer is quite obvious. It's been obvious from the start. So he's saying no. The people clicking on no, I want to know why. Some people are against it. More people are against it than standing for it. So I want to know why you guys are saying no. Force. Explain to me what life force means. Knowledge wants to live. I would have loved to understand knowledge and understand what you are saying, but it's fine. I think you have something else to do, and it's fine. I don't want to keep you waiting for long. Knowledge, thank you. But I'd really love to understand what life force. I mean, I guess when you say life force, you're trying to say the normal way of a man and woman meeting to achieve a climax, right? If I understand correctly. So, what you're trying to say is when stuff like sex toys are introduced, then that normal way, it's a waste of time. If such pleasure can be derived, something else. Knowledge is here to confirm that I got that. Man, I am still waiting for have to say. Mm. Explaining, my guy. Yeah, friend. Write notes, like paragraphs. LVK. Oh, I think now I know why you didn't want I and Reed to call you Tropical Wiki. Discussion for another day. Reed joins. Mm. A harmless stimulants to achieve pleasure. There are no harm, there are no side effects or serious consequences. I don't think it's see that these toys be saying that on life. Oh my god. Toys are not cleaned and are used on multiple partners that can actually cause harm. It's not entirely harmless. It just depends on it's being preserved and used. So I agree with you when you say that question. So I agree with you when you say that it's not subject to morality because ours is subjective. Morals are different from your morals. What I would take as normal, as acceptable, is different from what you would also accept. So the reason why I asked this question is just like I told you, it's just to understand people's view. Now, much love to understand your view, recklessness of the users, as still this. That's still the same thing now. Recklessness of the users can still cause harm. Like the end result is still the same thing. Still the same thing. In conclusion, right now, the tropical man, it is for you. It is morally okay to use sex toys. Okay, why do I keep saying this out loud? Is it acceptable? Okay, what about the psychological implication? The things that these can cause for you when you get addicted to it, implications that comes with it, things that you suffer in relationship and even as a person. What about these things? Mhm. Okay. Okay. Say this now. Let's not counter this, but I would still say that it's in the hand of a reckless owner, then it is harmful. Reckless person or wouldn't know or will not rather handle it with care. So not handling it with care of that person, it is full object. But that is not the center of attention right now. So I don't want to weigh in on that. I asked the question, What about the implications? Usage. These acts have addictions. I think the addiction has more to do with the satisfaction the toys can provide. Saying is that the toys bring. Used to say more, or this is all. Or you ask a question. What I'm saying is that you're addicted to the toys, uh, pleasure they bring. It's and high, um, welcome, pleasure they bring. Are using the toys because of the pleasure that they bring. Now, when you derive such pleasure from toy instead of your partner, an actual human being, think that the implications, especially when you are in a relationship and you are using such toys with your partner. Do you not think that there would be implications? And now I can also context from the conversation we had privately for women that do not see sex as mentioned. Think that when they are able to get such satisfaction from these toys, that they would in no way see the need of a partner, like a male partner. So I would also say that let me hear from you before I say further my point. Now that you get my point, what do you have to say? Because I believe that you have something to say. So now that you get my point, what do you have to say? Mm, okay, maybe I'll go hit you. Mhm. More people clicking on no. I feel like if one person click on no, it's going to be I guys to just be clicking. I need you guys to actually tell us. Oh, those addictions oh, it affects relationship. It's subjective. Some people would say their relationship is not affected. Depends on the user. Me, that's that their see act the sexual act as anything. Not see the need for a man. All the time, this mindset, this mindset of theirs is they've gotten used to toys. They feel like what a man can give them, they can actually get it from. See the need for that, which is sense. Think that it is morally right for to rely on a toy, satisfaction, iman. You are saying it depends on the user for that thing. Some people say it does not affect their relationship. Mm. Now, from the angle of women that do not see the need to go into a relationship or marriage with gender and rather rely on that they use, it's like that to say. Believe it does make their relationship more satisfying and meaningful, while others would claim it ruined it was actually. Oh no, I'm just asking general questions. I don't know. Makes a relationship actually. I think that is probably because, like I told you something privately. I don't want to say it here, but I feel like when I ask this question, you might remember. Think that the reason why these married men use these toys are probably because satisfy their wives. They know they are introducing it just as supporting tools. Oh, you remember? You too, don't laugh. Answer. Very possible. Possible. Why these would introduce this is because that they are lacking in this area. I don't know anything. Typical. I know nothing. It's not always because, but it is mostly because. Mostly because I don't have the facts. Same as you don't have the facts. So we're not gonna on that. But in a situation whereby boys can varying times, they want intimacy with stories. To ask you to become ask you. Okay, let's see that. Let us do oh man, is that how you guys do it? What? Mm, mm, okay. Me. Things are just going through my head. Okay. Mm. Uh-uh. I know you're not married. Even if you're not married, you know. You know. I asked before, I'm going to ask again. For women, see sex as anything, are trying to normalize not being with the man as far marriage wise or anything, just being on their own. And then they use these toys. I think it is human, as a human, as a man, as a person that, as someone that no societal requirements, right? Human requirements, not just society. Consider it morally right that people have now resorts to this, using this, instead of actually being, nah, be it a man or a woman. Consider it morally right. I feel like your answer is going to shock me. So for women, I feel like some men too, they're like that. For women or for men, for people, right? It's going to shock me, but I it did not shock me. So in that, okay to know. I get you. I mean, I said that morals, it is personal. What I see as right is society, from societal lens. Before we say morals, it's personal. You know, our morals are being shaped by societal values, mental values, and even through context. So you're saying that it is morally right. In all of these contexts, I feel none of these contexts actually supports that stays alone and not get, intentionally not get a partner, but rather for to for deciding to use it for pleasure. So in as much as we say that morals is personal, is subjective, societal wise, biblical wise, and even in everything wise, nobody would tell you, no value would preach to you, or no norm, no tradition will preach to you to using a toy. Society doesn't judge what you do in private and doesn't affect your neighbors. We are not being, of course, we know that when you use these things, whether or not you use these things, they are likely to not know, but just having a conversation. You don't care whether you do it in private or in public. Just for the sake of conversation, yeah. Say, societal values, morally okay, considering that personal values, society is part of the things that shape it. Bringing family, even your family self, morally right for, do they think it's morally right? Were you brought up that way to believe or agree or be comfortable with the fact that they use a sex toy to substitute for a partner? Say this to you because society wants to keep growing and reproducing. This is what you were created for. I thought we had this conversation. You were, you said love was not in the equation. the main purpose of existence, replace reproductive intimacy. Again, considering that you were also created for the main purpose of procreation, reproduction, and all of that, would you say that society is wrong for thinking that way? Both on the same page. But I still want you to say more. Your like when I say your head is big, I don't mean literally. You are a deep thinker. Yeah. So I want to, as possible, to extract what I can from it. Don't mind me. Wrong. Away. Why are you laughing? I don't need you to laugh right now. Society not wrong for thinking that way. Because the Bible says so. Know that most of our values from, let me see this one. Mm, okay. You really right. Right? It's a personal decision. So unfortunately, have a autonom that threatens reproduction is okay. And I actually agree though. People share different values, and obviously, I do not share your value on this one, of which is very obvious. I mean, you already know that I don't share. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say much. I'm not even going to emphasize on that. I feel like if there's anything I would say that would satisfy your curiosity on this, but because I don't know, I don't just think it's necessary that that's a in public when in private no one really cares. I think okay. So another thing that I would say is when the public see when they see you with boys, immediately label, especially when you're a female, immediately labeled as very sad. Sad because as much as I do not subscribe to that, in as much as I do not share values, I also do not judge people that use them because it's better for me. It's better to use that for partners. It's better to use that than cheat. So understand the societal stigma that Like I said, I do not share such value. Never accept them, whether in a relationship or personally. Reality. To be honest, I don't know. Well, the reason why I can't say, you can only give an opinion on something when you have tried it or tried it. So to answer this one, so you just asked. Conversations I've had with people, most people are of the opinion that it is likely to. That is, if you get addicted to it, whether it is your partner using it on you or you are using it for yourself, you are likely to, once you get used to it, actually replace actual intimacy. This growing number of married people, did I not tell you that 85% of women, you think I'm joking? If women let you in into their dark secrets, that is why you see married people try it once, they tend to normalize it. To be honest, it gives them what preference. So what if you decide to eat rice every day and never want to eat beans? And say that you are addicted to eating rice. Addiction, just like when you're addicted to smoking and drinking and that you abuse it. When you get used to doing that and decide to not try the other, then it's an addiction. So this your typical man, this your realism. It's becoming too much. Oh. You can't try to simplify every term or every action. No, you can't try to simplify it. You need to call it what it is. Okay. That would be a very rare case. So not the rule, but an exception. You again, I'll say again that relationships, sorry, in marriages, what am I even saying? Relationship marriage, 85% of women are still yet to reach it in, we would say their pinnacle, yet to reach their pinnacle, engaging in that act with their partner or their husbands. But if such toys help them achieve that, do you think that they would not allow their husbands to constantly use that on them or even them using it on themselves? Who will use toys also secret partners. If there are some who stick to toys, then there are exceptions. I don't know, so I guess I'll just have to agree. Don't know, just have to agree. I think I asked a question that I Out of curiosity, I asked a question that I really need little knowledge on. Why me? I've not been actually proven. You think you are in the female body. Hey, God. You want to argue and you want to go down that road. Okay, how many men were questioned and they told you that there is no actual love in a relationship. It's just an illusion. You're saying it because it is what you believe to be true. And to be honest, these are conversations that have been had over and over again. I think after this live stream, you should probably make research. You can just go online. It's not even hard to see. You can type it on Google, type it on type it on your TikTok. You see posts can come up and you can just read comments. Go through different platforms and type related question and the algorithm will bring it up for you. See and hear people share their opinion and experiences. It's not how you think it is for women. For women, it is different than it is for men. I would argue that the 5% is the norm. Experience their peak is the exception. Stand, stand, tropical man. Before you don't know. These are part of the things that love covers. So do you think that everything, these are part of the things that love covers in a relationship and love, security, and other things that women consider? And these are also part of the reasons why some women cheat in their relationships. These are part of the reasons. I wouldn't want to. It should be the number. Women wanting to be among 15 for something rare and unlikely. Wanting to be among the 15% is asking for something rare and unlikely. When you say among the 15%, you are saying you mean the satisfaction, right? That is reaching the pinnacle. So how is it? Well, is rare and is unlikely. Let's understand this statement. Now I understand your question. Oh, sorry, your statement, because it wasn't a question. Yeah, sure. It's actually something rare and unlikely. That was why I was saying that. That is why we have cases of women cheating. At first, at the initial stage, you think that is something I can cope with. It's something I can cope with, and it's something. That's why also you find older women in marriages cheating. You also find young people in relationships and even marriages cheating as well. So by norm, sorry, I want to understand you. By norm, you mean the 85% that do not reach the pinnacle, right? Because if that is what you're saying, they're already sticking to it. I mean, they're already normalizing it. They're already accepting it that, okay, oh, this is likely to not happen, or this is likely to happen, or and you'll never find a woman coming outside to tell you you will never. I mean, there are cases where women have come out to say this. Maybe after a messy breakup, they come out to say it just to, okay. You know, there are few cases where women have come out to say that after all, you were this, you were that, you were not good in this area, you were so minutes kind of person. That's obviously after a messy breakup. But in most cases, they'll never come out to tell you. Your partner would never tell you that in this area, it's what they wanted from you, or you didn't meet up to their expectations in this area. They'll never come out to tell you. But I'm not. It should firstly, yeah, normal. It should not be normal. Please don't don't try to complete. Don't try to twist everything. It should not be normal. I mean, we should be deriving the same satisfaction that you are getting from the whole thing. But because of we are wired differently, our bodies are wired differently, yeah, which we have accepted. We've accepted it does not mean that it should be normal. We've just accepted and learned to live. We've learned to live with that. But I wouldn't say it is normal. I wouldn't call it normal. I wouldn't agree that it is normal because the reason why I wouldn't agree to it being normal is because there are still others experience this. See, most women don't. I'm wrong when you say most women don't know their peak feels like because they experiment, and then let me use that word, they experiment on themselves. It's funny because it is for most women, it is only when they experiment on themselves that they reach that level, that they achieve that. But with their partner, they never do. So you're very wrong if you think no women, most women have not, or they don't know how their peak feels like. Nah, that you don't know. With their partner, when I say they've not reached that, I don't mean themselves. I mean with their partner. With their partner, they've not been able to reach that with their partner. Their partner have not been able to get them to that height. I feel like we are being spied on, sending that YouTube is hiding. Saying, saying. That is what I am saying. Trying to say it in a way that pleases God, so, and also in a way that pleases my ear and my conscience. That's what I'm saying, my brother. I mean, it's the same thing now. It's the same thing that you guys experience. Talk this thing feel it too much, but it's just the same. It's just mm, it's not just from experience. It's from a whole lot of information gathered. I've come across I've come across crazy comment section where women tell out their dark secrets. So scared, and at the same time you feel sad and you be disappointed at the same time. That's why I said you can just online. I feel like it's a very vocal about it, especially with private accounts. Vocal about it, so you can ask. It can be. It can be. It's very possible that it can be. Eh, yes, it is part of it. It is part of it now. So you don't know. You don't know. Do you know there are even some men that has refused and vowed to never use toys on their women because of the fear. The fear that this is likely to happen. People, there are some partners, some men that have vowed that I would never use this. This will never be introduced into the relationship because talking. Yes, that is the first one. That is the first one. And then you know more than me, you Jamaican man. You know these things more than me. So don't act like you don't. You do know more than me. Know about I don't know about other things. I only know about these two that you just mentioned, but other things, to be honest, I don't know. But I feel like they are. Four toys were introduced. Fast, fast. My live stream is already 1 hour. My battery is already is yellow now. It's turning red. So it's power bank. Power bank safe is already annoying me. Stop looking at one thing and just accept everything. I don't understand. Explain. Sending that YouTube is hiding. Should accept that hand toys and the man contributes to human. I mean, if you can make do of, firstly, it's not normal. Normal. Created you. Did he create toys with you to use? Or did he ask you to incorporate other things in that activity? No. So it's biblical, it is not normal. also not societal normal. So I'm very curious as to where you got such values from, or how such values were shaped. Right? Man, I'm very curious. You want to normalize using all. You are not allowed to laugh. You are not laughing here. Do you want to analyze everything? Whatever you are saying is already being practiced by many. Many people that are already using all three. They're already using everything. As a matter of fact, they're already contributing people. That is why it it is a great experience. People do not really like to go through the emotional stress. They leave the man aside and just stick to the other equipment available. This is normal. Normal. No, but not here. More. Yeah. Remind me to ask. You even remind me to ask you. I don't trust that you would. And to make it seem like woman can. See, with everything you've told me about your understanding of love, yeah, there's nothing you would tell me right now. There's nothing you say to me believe that you are doing it for the benefit of a woman. No. It's clear to me that a man will never do anything or never make any decision that would favorable, not benefiting from. So don't kind of tell me woman can enjoy all. No, you also, there are even some men here is using that on their women. Not a favor. Also know that some of these things are made for men. Are made for men. Things to say, oh, argument topic. Oh, I actually do not have an argument. He said it is subjective. I see as morally right, different from what you see as from your view. An argument, it is just conversation. You with you to get your view, this whole thing. I have to agree. Tell. The one thing I've noticed, man, is that they be driving have the same conclusion. Say rather, biblical view, style view, upbringing, all shape my values. So it's not just about biblical view, it's about what I've learned to normalize growing up. The no verse condemns okay. Firstly, no verse condemns that, and there is also no verse use or accepts that point that condemns that. There's no verse that accepts that. Can't even use that as an argument. Saying is that creation sin, the purpose of procreation, satisfaction of tools was mentioned. As a matter of fact, other way that we were told that we could derive satisfaction. No, these things were not mentioned. I said that consider as morally right and from what I consider as morally right. Because it is based on our own interpretations. That's why I say we are not arguing. We're just having a conversation. We're understanding. I'm trying to enter your head and you are trying to enter my head. So I'm not crucifying you for your personal opinions. Just understanding and at the same time in the kind of you know I already know opinion is that it is wrong. I'm already on 10%. I only charge and text from Tropical Man, so I can charge and text that platform. Anyways, last question, because I might forget. Nice having you here. Which I think you acknowledge were the only ones that contributed here. So it was nice having you here and knowledge. Justify your opinion. I will answer you by saying let's take it to other platform because I feel like the conversation is it's just going to be going on and on and on. And I'm trying to edit a vlog. I don't even know what I'm doing with that vlog. My head's on scatter. Did something and post before I sleep. My opinion with the addiction argument. I'm not understanding this question, so drop it in my DM and so we can understand. Anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for staying with me, and thank you for the rest of the this. Hey, everybody. No bye to you. I'm not telling you bye.